We don't need an intro like in Getting Me Out.
What? True. Well, good evening. It's Wednesday night. What does that mean?
It's happening out.
Oh, yes, we're very excited. There's a lot of girl power here tonight, by the way.
Yeah.
A lot of girl power.
You are the cream in the lesbian sandwich.
Okay.
Because you all count as 4 girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're just seat
Michael, you're
fillers.
gonna, that's right.
Alpha women here at the table, that's for
Glenn
sure.
Weinsheimer. Glenn is going to be honored at the Broward Equality Florida Gala for his contributions to the Monday night.
And well deserved.
Yes.
Because Give Back Mondays is exceptional.
Yes.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be giving away nothing with as good as your food is.
Gora, City Commissioner of Miami Beach, with us, and there's Faye and Chef Josie.
In the community.
It's okay.
Well, good evening, South Florida, and welcome to It's Happening Out. This is the world's most popular live gay television talk show. 52,000 of you watched last week in YouTube alone. Thank you very much. You know the deal. It's 9 p.m. It's Wednesday, October 20th. And today is International Pronouns Day. I was going to make a joke, but no, I'm not. I'm your anchor here at It's Happening Out, Al Ferguson. And let's start by meeting tonight's host. First up, let's welcome Faye. What? She's a radio and television personality and has a popular blog and YouTube channel aiming to unite the L and the G together. Welcome, Faye.
Welcome, everyone. Just got fitted for my Halloween costume. Yes, yes. Is it Elvira? Is it Dominatrix? You'll have to wait to find out.
And you're the host of...
And I'm the host. Yeah, it's going to be at the Halloween extravaganza at the Dakota for... Do you want to say it for me?
No, I want you to tell the details. Who, what, where, when, why, and how.
Pride, Fort Lauderdale. The party is going to be Friday, October 29th. It is going to be at the Dakota, right off 95 here in South Florida. It's going to be incredible, epic. We are ready to come back and party in a big way.
Epic. And next, and of course it's Halloween. Epic.
Epic.
Gay Christmas. Epic. All right. Next, let's welcome Michael Gongora. Michael is currently serving his 3rd non-consecutive term as Miami Beach City Commissioner. Welcome, Michael.
Why, thank you. I'm excited to be here.
You're a virgin, first time ever, and It's Happening Out.
I am. Please be gentle with me. I am very gay. I can confirm with you that I am very gay.
Oh, how are you going to confirm?
You gotta wait until the show goes on.
He's eyeing the shot.
Yeah, no, that wasn't the intent of my question. We're glad you're here. Next, let's welcome Glenn Weinsheimer. Glenn is the founder of the Smart Ride. We were just talking about that, and owner of Bona Restaurant. Welcome, Glenn. The Smart Ride's getting ready to come up.
November 19th and 20th. We moved down to Miami around November 15th. So far, the riders have raised about $700,000, shooting for that $1 million.
Shooting
again.
for $1 million.
Yeah.
And tell us, over the life of Smart Ride, how much have you raised?
I hate to brag. The community has actually raised $12.5 million.
$12.5 million.
Cha-ching.
When do you ever hear? And 100% of that goes back. 100% to HIV. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, next up, of course, let's welcome Chef Josie. She's a top chef, celebrity, and owner of one of my favorite restaurants, Bubbles and Pearls, right on the drive in Wilton Manors. Welcome, Chef Josie.
Hey guys, I'm here. It's Wednesday. I'm queer, and I'm not going anywhere.
And more importantly, I'm not going anywhere. Your wife just had her birthday.
Oh yes, let's. It's been like a long weekend.
Her name is
Marcy. Happy birthday,
Marcy
baby.
I hear a little bird told me that you were partying it up in Orlando at Girls in Wonderland.
Yes,
Oh yeah, I'm going to tell you all about that later on in the show.
20,000 girls. I can't wait to hear.
And I'm excited.
Yes, please go.
Yeah.
Go. You know what you're going to say, girl.
Yeah.
I just sent you the lesbian signal.
I am so excited because I'm also going to be participating in this Halloween extravaganza. And I will be DJing, so you'll meet my alter ego, Lady Snack Daddy, on the 1s and 2s, cooking up the fresh beats just for you.
You know, like Bruce Wayne, Batman. That's what's going on here. All right. So good evening, South Florida and America. We are the first and most popular live LGBTQ plus talk show in the world. We have so much to talk about tonight. Next on It's Happening Out.
This week on It's Happening Out. Join us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. It all starts right now, live on It's Happening Out.
Well, you are watching a live and unedited LGBTQ talk show, so anything can happen. And Commissioner Gongora, I pre-apologize because with the girl to the left of me and the girl to the right, you're probably going to see everything. So if you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and click that bell for updates. If you're on Facebook, like and share this video of this show. Let's begin with a unique meme of the week. I haven't seen it. We've always, for 3 years, we're celebrating our 3rd anniversary of It's Happening Out, and we always begin with a meme, and this week's meme is called, is about the Marvel Cinematic Universe taking over. Tonight's meme celebrates the great Marvel characters. Gay guys in Wilton will be dressed as, and we're showing it to you now. Captain America, Shang-Chi, I believe it's pronounced. Doctor Strange, and Wanda and Vision. My favorite are Wanda and Vision.
Listen, I got
threesomes.
They all look super hot, but this is wrong. Gays on Halloween. This is gays on Tuesday. Just like every day at
night at the
Wilton.
Eagle to me.
Right?
That's what I was gonna say, Michael. I see them. I've been definitely seen those guys on the dance floor.
Strange is the only one, maybe with a little bit of the red is kind of
right, a little flare.
This is
thing, but
wandering out of Twist at 4:20 a.m. Have been performing Wanda and Vision. One more time. Wanda and Vision. Well, at It's Happening Out, we are part of the Happening Out Television Network and Hotspots Magazine. And as you know, Hotspots is celebrating 36 years of the LGBTQ plus experience. Together, we bring you the best of LGBTQ news, entertainment, and support of our LGBTQ plus community. Okay, one of my favorite parts of the show. Who needs a drink?
Wow. Wow. I would call you an alcoholic, but you don't go to meetings like I do. All right.
That's right. Maybe I need to. Yeah.
No.
Right.
No, you're no quitter.
That's
all right.
You got that right. All right. Let's play our yes or no game called I'd Swallow That. We invite you to play right along with us at home. We have these shots. I'm holding them up to prove it. This is pure shot.
That is pure vodka.
It's good stuff too, by the way.
Look at this. Look at the difference
in my
these
rider. Faye's in sobriety, so hers is cranberry. But all the rest of us are,
alcoholic.
Yeah. All right.
Good.
Play right along with us as I ask our host 4 questions. If they agree with the question, they take the shot. If they disagree, well, they're going to put it down. And if they do, it's going to be a long night for all of us. Everybody ready?
Ready.
Then let's play I'd Swallow That. For some people, Christmas is about family and wholesome entertainment. For others, it's about hot leather daddy ornaments. Hot leather daddy ornaments. Question 1. I'd swallow that. I love Christmas. And for me, Tom of Finland makes it merry. Tom of Finland has introduced a line of Christmas ornaments. Is that exciting to you?
They don't look very merry.
I don't know. I don't want to be super prude, but I don't know about Tom of Finland. I'm a little bit more old school with my Christmas celebration.
Define old school.
I thought that was old school.
Family.
Oh, you mean like Santa ornaments and like, right?
Oh, wait, you and I are
Stars
on a different basis, Michael. Got it. All right, you're
elves,
a leather fan.
Elves.
I'm not. I find it interesting. I find lots of things interesting.
Interesting. What a politician. I find it interesting.
Stop flirting with me. Glenn, you took the shot?
I took the shot because,
I'd
have any of those underneath my Christmas tree, and I'm Jewish, and let me tell you, unwrap any of those presents and adorn my tree with those.
And the girls think Tom of Finland, that fun?
For sure, why not? That's fun, horny. Let's do it. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Look at the close-up picture in the middle.
Oh yeah.
Santa never looked that way when I was.
No, listen, especially in our
I'd sit on that
LGBTQ
lap.
homes where we're living choosing these alternative lifestyles already, there's nothing that you should be, you shouldn't be surprised at. And Tom of Finland is definitive of our community. So I think that it's pretty cool. To me, it's like a collector piece for my eclectic collection.
You know what's funny about this? David Hopkins shares stories like this. He creates a lot of our content at Queer News Tonight, and it's happening out. We are going to share this in Twitter or in Twitch or in YouTube, and it is really funny because we will have as many trolls as people that embrace it, and they will see a story like this and see Santa as Tom of Finland, and literally their heads will explode because they think it is the destruction of American society as we do it. And every time that happens, we do more and more of these stories.
All right. Like their heads exploding
Right.
all over.
When Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg took paternity leave to help take care of his new twins, like moms and fathers do, conservatives, of course, complained. Question number 2. I'd swallow that. I love the new gay parental world as the White House comes out supporting Pete Buttigieg's family leave.
Cheers.
Everybody think that's a good idea? All right. Tucker
this is gonna be a short
Carlson
game.
didn't think it was such a good idea and made a joke about where he was going to school to learn how to breastfeed one of his new babies.
No, he did not say that. You're kidding me.
Breastfeed. Somebody, when we introduced this story at Queer News Tonight, said, oh, well, Tucker Carlson needs to learn how to breastfeed the penis that he's been working on.
Of course, let him go fight for us overseas and be a military man. I am a huge Pete fan. I think I was the first South Florida politician to endorse him in his presidential run and introduce him in Miami-Dade County. So I'm very proud of him representing us in the cabinet. He gets his parental leave.
Brand new documentary came out just this week, Mayor Pete. I saw it in the one of the opening segments of Outshine. You must see it. It is amazing. And what's beautiful about the documentary, just clue you in until you see it, filmed during the presidential campaign of him running, and Iowa and especially New Hampshire all the way to withdraw. And the film finishes with him being selected by Biden, and some personal moments of Biden talking to him and patting him on the back and hugging him and saying, "You're going to be okay, guy," and then becoming Secretary of Transportation. But in intimate moments with Mayor Pete at the time and Chasten, they talked about what it would be like to have children. They had no idea what was going to happen. And now you know that they've adopted, they've done this, but they talked about it during the election campaign. It's a beautiful moment. It washed over me. It was like if I had tear ducts, they would.
If you had feelings, right? So thanks a lot, Al, because now we don't have to see the freaking movie because you told me the whole thing from beginning to damn end.
We kind of all know the story.
I was going to say, it's kind of a documentary, and we pretty much know what happened. So
Everybody dies.
Right.
No, and listen, and let's just be one last comment on Tucker Carlson. Let's just get it real, okay? He's just trying to get the views, okay? He'll say anything, he'll do anything. Hey, Tucker, this message is for you. Paternal leave. That means you're a parent. So it doesn't really define your sexuality or your sex for that matter. It is meaning a parent, and every parent, which is a conversation we've all been having, dads get to go home too. So
You know
Tucker.
what's interesting?
Even when there are two dads.
yeah, especially when there's two dads.
It's men being sexist
Yeah.
against other men. And by the way, when we hear in so many examples of the homophobia that we see in America, frequently, especially in hardcore religious right, it is homophobia from homosexuals that are secretly in the closet. Tucker Come out, dude.
Wow.
No,
Well,
no,
welcome
stay
you.
Go.
All right, let's move on. Third shot possibility. Is everybody keeping up with me?
Yes.
I'm going way too
I'm
quick.
enjoying this.
I'll tell you, these shots are pretty good.
Yeah.
Enjoying
Really
yourself,
good.
Michael?
Pace yourself,
is
Michael.
what you do. This is what you do with virgins. It's happening. All right.
Nobody else is drinking.
We're drinking water. Secretly. All right. She's the girl who has done everything and has everything, and now, did I say that right? Yes. She's done everything and has everything, and now Barbie even has a hot muscle mermaid as a boyfriend. Question number 3. I'd swallow that. I didn't think Barbies Ken would ever wear a harness. This is the real Aquaman, and we're showing you a picture. New for Christmas, Ken wears a harness and becomes Aquaman. Do you like this image? Do you like Ken this way?
I'm drinking it because I never in a million years
I'm not
expected
sure
to
about
have
how the question
Ken
is
with a
phrased,
harness
but I
on.
support Ken dressing however he wants.
I think Michael's drunk. So yeah, I never thought in my lifetime that you would see a harness, on a doll, on a Ken doll. Now, do you guys know that this doll costs $100?
What?
What?
It's $100, and trust, it will sell out.
Thank God I
Who
don't
can be a
have
child anymore? These are for adults.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Hello,
you one,
Michael. Don't pretend like you're not going to buy this doll. We know who's going to buy it, right?
Okay,
Right?
the truth comes
My
out.
mother knitted me a sweater for my first Ken, and she never thought to make it a
Did
harness.
she?
For my 7th birthday, I think it was, and she made me a little mini sweater for my Ken doll.
Wow.
Did you
That's
ever?
so
I'm curious.
cute.
Did you ever come back and have a conversation with your mother about that?
No, we don't. No. Too many other issues. No. that's
You're
so far
Jewish,
down.
your mother. I got
Oh,
it. I got
please,
it.
no.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me let you in on something that is not widely known. This representation of Ken competed with Barbie. Barbie, they had a choice. Mattel said, "Please vote. You can have Barbie as this in terms of this nautical theme, or you can have Ken in this nautical theme," and consumers and people of interest voting online overwhelmingly voted for Ken.
I can see that. I mean, come on, Barbie has everything. Barbie has done it all. Give the boy a chance
Barbie's
too.
running this for like 70 years.
Yeah, I mean,
It's fine.
Yeah.
Ken needs some accessories. Are those like underwater barrettes?
Well, that's what
I mean, but let me be really honest here. This doesn't look like the real Aquaman. It looks like a non-binary Ken. Okay,
Yeah.
so if that's what's happening here, then I'm
very
whatever.
androgynous.
He's androgynous
Yeah.
in this new
Look.
incarnation. And I'm okay with it.
Production wouldn't mind putting up one
I'd
more
go
time.
underwater with that.
Yeah, I bet you would.
The stunning things on this doll is those
Eyes.
Those eyes
I
are
know that's what I
incredible.
was looking at too.
unbelievable.
Hey, look.
I'm looking at that
Almost.
face and going, "This is the future, Mr. Al Ferguson."
No.
Al, no, Al, that is your future costume for Halloween, right there. There it is.
No, I'm marrying this dude.
I think
I
that's
just love
only
how
for
his
people that
hair
work out and are ready to wear that.
matches the wings for the gills.
I hate you. No, I don't hate you. All right, let's move on. In the weekend update at Saturday Night Live this week, we learned that not everything is sweet in the chocolate factory. Wait, let's ponder that sentence for a moment. I'm reading it cold, by the way. That and Loompa Land is really quite conservative. Question number 4. I'd swallow that. I just knew the Oompa Loompas were out, proud and loud, as SNL spills the tea that Wonka is a twink. We're showing it to you. He did an amazing job. He was outed on SNL, this Oompa Loompa. Bowen Yang is killing it.
He's killing it.
Night.
He really is.
Did you see that episode?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was just smiling from ear to ear, and he just read him. I'm like, God, I can't believe it.
did you just out me? I've got to call my mom. Right now.
Well, she doesn't. Yes, she'll watch this. Oh,
She'll be
yeah. It was
watching.
just. It was brilliant, and he just read him, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
This is his year for sure. Just think about the Emmys, think about this. I mean, he's at the front line and he's representing our community. That's
And
phenomenal.
Hello, let's not miss the point here. This is an Asian American here, okay, representing, and it's been a long time since, you know, any Asian, let's just make it clear, makes it in entertainment. We know about that behind the scenes, and I don't want to bring this story down because, whoop, you know, but, you know, this is really a shout out for him and the entire Asian community because we've been here for a long time. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
And you ain't going
Those are good shots.
Well, that surprise you, Josie, because I understand your roots are Filipino, right? And bitch.
Yeah. And Puerto Rican, Italian, you know.
You know what's interesting about your observation is you're absolutely right. You hit a bullseye. But as I have been watching Bo and Chang, I forget that.
Yeah.
And he is so good, I don't look at him as Asian. And that's how good he is doing, which means, don't you think that brings acceptance even farther than what you would like in representation for Asian Pacific personality, faces, etc.?
Well, I mean, it just goes to show you guys, you know, there's many shades of American, right? There's many shades in this country, and all of us get to be represented. And I think that's hopefully what all of our politicians are working towards, is creating an equitable world for all of us. And that includes in entertainment, which reflects our society. And I think right now that's where we're heading. You know, the LGBTQ community is in, you know, in the faces of the world right now, and now we see the Asian community also elevating into the visibility and the awareness of the people. You know, we're not you know, the community hiding in the cracks and the crevices of our country. We actually are here and we're thriving. Yeah. So, you know, let's celebrate that.
But I think Al's point is really is very well. We should mention it again. Sorry, I'm having trouble since I drank this so fast.
I know.
The fact that you see him as just a person
yeah.
is huge. So you're not making that distinction as, oh, there's that person who shouldn't be being that character, or there's that person trying to be. Yeah. It's just a person you're enjoying, exactly, and they happen to be.
And that's when representation really wins.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Really wins. And by the way, let's take a moment to recognize the new Wonka movie, Willy Wonka movie coming. Apparently, he is very gayish, and he is a twink. In this joke, he's a twonk. Willy Wonka is a twink.
Isn't it that Timothy Chalamet?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's pretty dreamy. I love that movie where he was in Italy, Call Me By Your Name.
Oh.
Look at you, Michael.
Michael,
Michael, you're like a 14-year-old girl. I love it. I love it.
And Faye just called you out. I would sit. You're in timeout for 5 minutes.
No.
All right.
It's my first show.
Right.
Give me a pass.
Right. Exactly. Next up, maybe we'll see. Next up, let's consider the best thing of the week. The Mr. Gay World 2021 competition is nearing the finale on October 30th, and they are down to their top 10 finalists. You can vote on your favorites at mgwvote.com. So for our best thing of the week, here's the 10 sexy contestants for the Mr. Gay World 2021 competition. And we're going to show you some of those pictures right now. What do y'all think about Mr. Gay World? I'll get it out there right away. Is this old-fashioned? Is this sexist, even though it's gay?
Yes, but we love it. Every single inch of them. Look at them.
You know, can we wait till the end before selecting?
I'm waiting.
Our viewers at home, let me clue you in on something interesting. Our conversation at the table, almost everybody said, wait, is there swimsuit pictures?
Right?
There they are.
Yeah.
Right?
Sri Lanka was delicious. Ireland was scrumptious too.
Especially when he speaks.
Hey, Filipinos. Yeah.
That Filipino
There
was
you
a
go.
cutie too.
Talk about Asian representation.
Work.
And
So let me ask you, how do they select these men?
you win your national pageant. And by the way,
with you.
as I've said, on November 12th.
Ow, look at South Africa.
Yeah. Pause.
No, we're still live.
Child. By the way, we're still broadcasting. Note to self, don't stand up. Interesting. I've seen all of these pictures for a while.
Oh, really? Where do you keep
in this? Right?
He has them on a loop, Michael.
Just grinder, Michael.
My schedule was too busy.
Each person goes through a national pageant. I will call it a pageant. And there is a USA contestant. I don't know if you have the ability to easily. Oh, there he is.
That's him.
He's a cutie. And I don't want to disparage my country because I love the U.S., but it looks a little like a diaper from this angle. What is he wearing?
You don't like the...
The Speedo or not even a Speedo?
Nathaniel, you're absolutely beautiful. And by the way, we continue to talk about this. Nathaniel's position as Mr. Gay World USA, November 12th, 13th, and 14th. Mr. Gay World USA comes to South Florida. Yay! Happening Out Television Network will be broadcasting it live Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Get it, guys.
And it's going to be in the Sunshine Cathedral.
Wow.
What?
South Florida.
Yes.
Watch it. It's
And
fantastic.
Don't you think you need a local commissioner there?
Yes.
We do. You can help Al oil up the guys.
That's
Select the winner. You get to select the winner.
Wrestling.
Right, exactly. All right, Mr. Gay World, we love it. Congratulations to you, to all the guys. We wish you all the best of luck.
Especially South Africa.
USA, but South Africa looks pretty
South Africa
competitive.
look good.
Yeah.
And so did Ireland. I'm just saying.
Right. Now, let's move on to our segment called What's on Your Mind. Each host, may I have my belt?
No, you
over here.
It's between my legs, under my skirt.
Get it.
What's on your mind? Each host is going to tell us, Gordon, you're going to like this. Each host is going to tell us what...
Who's Gordon, drunkie?
Did I say
Gordon?
Who's Gordon, drunkie?
I called the city commissioner of Miami Beach, Gordon. Michael Gongora.
Que nota?
All right. This is our segment called, wait, she's confused me. She has mind
There's
control.
something about these.
I have a confusing name.
Yes,
Michael.
No, you really don't. Michael. Our segment is called What's on Your... See, at least you've learned at home, these shots are real. They're real.
And this is really alcohol.
Right. What's on your mind? Each host is going to tell us in just 30 seconds what is important to them this week. But remember, in just 30 seconds. Now, you're a politician, Michael. I assure you, I'm going to have great joy in what I'm getting ready to do to you, because if you do not express it in 30 seconds, that's what you're going to hear. The bell brings you to a complete stop. Michael has just went, all right, here we go. All right, Faye, what is on your mind?
Faye, what? So a straight guy is on my mind, all right? So I met this guy named Brad 2 days ago, and when I told him I was gay, he didn't believe me, right? So I guess I passed whatever, and I basically was appalled. I was appalled that he thought I was straight and told him a couple of words. I had to check myself. That is completely not right to do. So, Brad, here's a public apology to you. I apologize, because if it was a gay man, he would have known right off the bat that I was a lesbian, and you didn't. So that's why I told you off. So I'm sorry. I also apologize for what happened in the bathroom with your wife.
Oh my goodness. And Michael, I know. Michael Gongora, what's on your mind? All right, Doc.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got to take to Miami Beach. Miami Beach is on my mind. We got a lot of fun things happening in my city, and I got to plug them here. We have the National Gay and Lesbian Task Force Gala Saturday night. How many of you are going to be there?
All of us.
We're not competing with Faye, but we have Halloween on Lincoln Road, where you can come put on your sexy Ken's Aquaman Barbie costume, only if you've worked out, though. I really want to say, before I'm buzzed, is I want to give a shout out to my boyfriend Alberto.
Oh, I'm
Don't buzz me!
He wants to talk about his boyfriend.
For letting me come drink shots and talk about
Alberto, he sounds dreamy.
Michael, I didn't hear a single word you said. All right. And Glenn, what's on your mind?
So many things going on right now. So biggest thing is just really we're in the final weeks of Smart Ride and that despite the pandemic, the kindness, the generosity of our community and the community across the country, it looks like we'll have over 10,000 people make individual donations to the ride again this year. Awesome. And that means 10,000 people said the word AIDS and recognize that this disease is still out there and we can all make a difference. So if you haven't supported somebody and you want to, please do it now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yay. And no kidding. My goodness, Smart Ride is one of the great examples of affecting our community and LGBTQ fundraising in America. 100% of proceeds go to recipients of HIV use.
Amazing.
You can't say more than that. It's everything.
I could have, but you cut me off and you said your part.
You're done. All right, and Faye, what's on your mind?
I already spoke, Al. How drunk are you, bro?
The other
lesbian. The other lesbian.
You girls all look the same to me.
Those were some good shots.
Too bad.
We look exactly the same.
The other lesbian.
The other girl on the show tonight, Chef Josie. Wait. Stop.
Yeah.
Cut. Start again. Chef Josie, what's on your mind this week?
Thank you, Al. So, guys, I have to tell you, okay, I have just come off a full weekend of celebrating one of the most beautiful lives on the planet. And if you don't know her, you should get to know her. You can follow her at Marcy Minx on Instagram. And that is my beautiful wife, Marcy Miller. And I just want to say this, man, thank you to the Pandora events. Thank you to Girls in Wonderland. Thank you to all the beautiful women who came out and celebrated. Thank you to my wife for choosing this life to be in, because of you, I'm a better woman, trust me. Aww. And I just say this, I'm just so grateful to be on this journey. And again, man, thank you, Girls in Wonderland. Yeah. We had the best time. And for all the other ladies, I think it's happening next year, June 2022. And I'll see you at the Halloween extravaganza at the end of the month on the 29th. I'll see you, Lady Snack Daddy.
Absolutely. And let me make sure I get the plugs in correctly, because it's highly desirable. Who puts on Girls in Wonderland?
Pandora Events.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And when Girls in Wonderland comes, it's going to be the first weekend in June.
Correct. I believe so.
And I'll be able to visit you.
Yes.
Because Hotspots Magazine and Happening Out Television is principal sponsors for one magical weekend and Gay Days. So we're in Orlando simultaneously for the event, and we're going to sneak off to the girls' event.
Yes. June, bring your bathing suit, honey.
I'm just putting it out there. If you need a co-host.
Your Speedo. I
will make myself available.
Absolutely. All right. Great. All right. Next up, let's catch up with the news of the world of entertainment. The beauty, the glamour, the undiluted heterosexual masculinity. Wait, what?
Confused.
An unofficial adaptation of Rupauls Drag Race has launched. Another country has launched Rupauls Drag Race, this time in Russia. But it removed everything queer from the show. Royal Cobras is hosted by Russian TV presenter and social media star Natasha Ivleva. The Russian show has all the trappings of Drag Race's franchise, including wonderful costumes, comedic performances, and lip-sync battles. But it lacks any of the acknowledgement of the LGBTQ plus community or any of the royalties to World of Wonder or RuPaul, which is intricately linked to drag culture. So this week's entertainment headline is, Tu Wong Fu said, "Little Latin boy in a dress." Now Russia rips off RuPaul's Drag Race, minus all the LGBTQ plus people. We're showing you a bit of the show right now.
Guys, you can take away all the LGBTQ mentions you want. And still, this is like the gayest shit I've seen all week. Okay?
I'm with you, Fran. I'm with you. I'm sorry. How do you do a drag show and say you're going to take out all of the gay elements? Look at them.
I know, and they're fierce. I'm not going to take that away from them. They are fierce. But come on, guys, okay? It's their way of like being blind, right? They're choosing to be blind in this moment. They're like, this is not gay. This is entertainment. Oh, okay. okay.
Are we supposed to believe that they're straight after they leave this performance?
Right?
Oh, no.
It's very funny. To your point, the producers go out of their way in their explanation in their public interviews that they've done on this show is this has nothing to do with the gay or LGBTQ community at all.
No.
Nothing.
Who's watching?
Okay, but Al, you know, you're close friends with RuPaul, World of Wonder, all that kind of stuff. Do they have merit? Do they have a lawsuit? Can they go after these people? Is that something you can do from
Absolutely
Russia?
Not.
No.
Just like the Russian influence, which is real in the 2016 political presidential campaign, Putin is ripping off, and Russia is ripping off, and this television network is ripping off World of Wonder and RuPaul. And by the way, in conjunction with the ripoff here, I believe that queen that you're seeing right now is Vladimir Putin. Pretty sure.
Honey, she's too pretty. Sorry.
Frigida.
How about it should be Frigida?
What do you think about what's going on in Russia? They're so they have passed, the new Congress has passed, LGBTQ does not exist in Russia. There's no gay people in Russia.
It's always
This show is not on TV.
It's on one of their major networks.
Ignore it, but then you're producing. I'm sorry, it's gay.
No, and not only that, listen, I have a lot of Russian friends here in the U.S., and it's hilarious because I tell them, you know, look, I always go to them and I say, I'm really sorry to hear what's happening in Russia. You know, I visited all this, you know, and they go, what, girl? And they tell me that they're gay as ever, they're gay, that's a lie, that's the media. But I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
See, it's the hypocrisy in the political message they're sending out to the world. Clearly, people are gay. These people didn't just spring up overnight in these costumes with these dance moves.
Like experts in drag, you know.
Yeah.
And there's gay clubs, and there's gay bars, and there's gay
but you
people.
can't, Michael, you can't go to the movies and watch a gay film in Russia. It's, it's against the law. It doesn't exist.
Law. It does not.
It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous hypocrisy.
Yeah.
That they close one eye but open the other to the LGBTQ community, and it's terrible and it's wrong.
Let me tell you a quick story that I don't think I have said publicly to the degree that I'm going to say right now. In 2016, I helped support the very popular franchise of RuPaul's Drag Race Drag Stars at Sea, and we would have chartered ships and cruises all over the world to support many of the RuPaul queens. It would be hosted by Michelle Visage, and it would embrace RuPaul's Drag Race fans all over the world. Hundreds and hundreds of people would come from different countries all over the world to participate in the cruise, many of them being from here in South Florida. In 2016, we announced that we were going to do the first RuPaul's Drag Race cruise ever in history, and it was going to be from Copenhagen. And the cruise was going to be a Baltic cruise in the North Sea going to Russia. And it was, I'm not even going to say her name because she can come out when she sees this and comment on her own, but the most famous Russian family name of RuPaul's Drag Race queens was the lead anchor queen of the cruise. And we ended up in not too long of notice before the cruise canceling it. And the reason it's the only one ever done that was canceled. And the reason it is the government of Russia basically said, you cannot bring all of these drag queens into Russia. And we basically made the choice to cancel the cruise because if they were not allowed to be their authentic self, if X or Y or Z from RuPaul's Drag Race got off that ship in St. Petersburg and they were in drag, they were in drag.
Yeah.
Period. That's who they were. And the government said, we want your cruise to come. It was with MSC. We want the cruise to come. We want them to come and spend their money here in Russia. But the drag queens cannot be the drag queens, and they cannot be in drag.
You would think with all the vodka that we consume in the LGBTQ community,
I
they
know.
would know.
I like the
They
way your
would
mind
just-
thinks, Faye.
But it's the truth. I mean, think about it.
5 years later,
Time to
we
negotiate.
see this. And them still going, oh, we can do this and we love this, but this doesn't have anything to do with LGBTQ people.
Hey, can the winner?
You kidding me?
Can the winner win to like get shipped to USA and like really be part of a real show?
Thumbs down. I mean, what do these performers have to dress like when they leave there? Do they have to go into traditional male clothing?
Absolutely. Yes. There's no gay now.
But where do they find them?
Michael, I don't know.
Al, yes, you do. You know everything.
You represent lots and lots of gay people in Miami Beach as city commissioner. Vladimir Putin has no gay people in Russia. I don't know if you've heard, but
none.
There are no gay people.
And not even one questioning person.
Right. No. There's no.
Or someone who kissed their cousin.
I
None
have
of that.
Russian gay friends that live between South Florida and Russia now that go back and forth. So
from Sunny Isles.
Lots of them in Sunny Isles, some even in Miami Beach.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's our discussion on entertainment this week. Next, we report that Happening Out Television Network helps support our LGBTQ community, apparently just like they're doing in Russia. An example is Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church here in Fort Lauderdale. We are broadcasting from our permanent set in the Sunshine Studios, supporting that partnership. The network broadcasts the largest LGBTQ religious broadcast in the world, with more than 30,000 watching every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and it's totally live. We encourage you to tune in, and our campaign of sponsorship proudly supports Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church. Watch this.
My name is Cici Glitzer, and I am the German sensation in Miami. Don't forget, if the world is bitter, put on some glitzer. And Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
Cece, we love you at Queer News tonight, and it's happening out.
Congratulations.
Up next, if we were standing around the LGBTQ water cooler, this is what we think we would all be talking about. We refer to it as the hot topic of the week. It's LGBTQ plus History Month. So here's the history of a few popular LGBTQ plus slang terms. Let me bring them to your attention. Number one, drag. The first man known to use this word in the sense we know it today was William Dorsey Swann, who called himself a queen of drag in the 1880s. Michael, you know, you were around.
Oh, yeah.
And
remember
number two is camp. In 1671, and now I'm going to turn to Glenn, French playwright Molière introduced the term se camper, a French verb meaning to pose an exaggerated fashion. However, it may not have been the French, but instead the Italian campari, to make something stand out, that gave us the word camp. Number three, twink.
Your favorite. It is.
All right. Twinkies are small, smooth, cream-filled snacks that are not nutritious, but are fun in the moment, and may, offensively, be what inspired the slang term twink to refer to guys who are also, well, small and smooth and apparently cream-filled.
Reminds me of all your boyfriends in Cuba.
Moment.
I love satisfying for the moment.
Right, for a little while. Chinese food. It's also possible that the 1920s British slang word twank evolved from the word twink. Twank referred to a client of a gay male prostitute or a gay man willing and ready to become any dominant man's partner. So our topic this week is understanding our gay language. Gay History Month explores our unique culture of words. What do you think about our language? What kind of words really you think are interesting and are.
Well, and, you know, we have a whole language, you know, the LGBTQ community. When you think about tea, when you think about shade, when you think about like what else, fishy, kiki, that's all us. You know, every time I turn around, there's a new acronym for us to use or something, you know.
Bitch, please.
Bitch, please.
Bitch, please.
No, and it's hilarious too because like my wife is, you know, a decade younger than me, so she has a whole entire language, and it's hilarious because I thought I was so in the know, Al, but clearly I am not. And there are so many new words, and being at Girls in Wonderland made me feel old. I'm just saying because there is just. It's exactly that.
Can you remember any of them?
Absolutely not, because I will not adopt that and adapt it to my current conversational language. I just won't. But I do. I try to.
Wait, did you just tell everyone in South Florida and across America you've become an old fuddy-duddy?
No, that is not
By no means.
Okay. I'm just saying that I have a sophisticated way of speaking.
Oh,
okay.
It's sophisticated.
And it's intentional. And all these little slang terms make me forget how to speak proper English. And so that is what I'm saying.
Ooh, and now we get into vicious. Michael, you have any particular gay slang words?
Have you ever used lit or
I
woke?
constantly have to Google stuff when I'm reading these days. I don't know what that says about me. I'm like, what does this mean? I need like that Urban Dictionary online to try to figure it out.
Young LGBT, let's say in the Gen Zers, 18, I won't go into under 18, 18, 22, 23 years old. Do you think that they intentionally use the words in dealing with our age and various ages?
It's like codes.
But it's like a code of going, I'm doing this because I don't want him or her in this conversation, so I'm using words. Do you think that?
No, I don't think so. I mean, they definitely do think we're old as hell.
Right.
I mean, my stepdaughter is 23 and she thinks that I'm like ancient.
Yeah.
And I'm not, so shut up. Don't even say another word before I kick you with my stiletto.
We have a mutual friend. I want to pull you back in, Glenn. We have a mutual friend, Max, who is 19 years old, running a 501c3 nonprofit.
Prism. Hi.
Prism, shout out. It's like you're 19 and you're already running a 501c3. Come on. You know, I was barely brushing my teeth still.
Yeah.
But I can tell he constantly looks at me like, oh, I'm just tolerating you.
Yeah, and then he goes back on his Instagram and ignores you.
Listen, let's be clear. It's super amazing how much these young people can do, and like at the level they can play at, and just the information they can absorb and process. It's just like lightning speed. So the fact that they also integrated their own language into like how we all now interact with each other and connect, I'm getting hip to it. Okay, I know I
Hip?
threw
You just
some
said hip?
You said
yeah,
hip.
I did. I said it.
Oh, you're so groovy, Josie. You're so groovy.
And when you're referring to hip, was it your
Is that cool?
By the way, South Florida and America, welcome to the 1973 version of It's Happening Out.
I know, so I'm trying. I'm doing my best. So you guys be patient with me, and any young teachers want to help me.
You know what's funny? Even the words that we draw attention on LGBTQ History Month, you mentioned words that RuPaul stole. I'm sorry, but RuPaul stole them. And Alaska stole them, and Bianca stole them, and Sharon stole them. We all steal. We steal. But RuPaul is the same age as me. The exact same age.
He uses better face cream, Al.
Oh, no. It's just out white.
There's a difference, and I'm not 7'4". That's also makes a big difference. But RuPaul is relevant, but not as relevant as we think, because in the age group of 18 to 23, while they may or may not like RuPaul's Drag Race, they don't think of the relevance of the language. So RuPaul's vernacular, Alaska's vernacular, Sharon's vernacular is aging out in the same way that we're talking about here at the table. They're creating new language, and that's part of our LGBTQ.
Hasn't every group done that through every decade?
Yeah.
I mean, when my parents talk, it's completely different than the way I spoke. And it's completely different than when my niece and my nephews speak.
You know, it makes... Oh, I'm sorry, you finish.
But when you were talking about words that, when we talked about this before, the word queer makes my skin crawl. Because when someone said I was queer and I was in 6th or 7th grade, they were going to kick my ass because it was an insult. There are so many young people in their 20s, late 20s, that embrace that word and identify it as queer, and I find that, for me, it's uncomfortable because to me it's such a negative connotation.
I have to take a moment to say, Queer News Tonight. We were not Queer News Tonight. When we launched on January 6, 2020, our first story was about this strange virus coming out of Wuhan, China, our first story. And on January 6, 2020, we had an argument for 2 months leading up to the launch. We ultimately decided on Q News Tonight for the exact same reason that
But what's interesting is I don't think about Queer News Tonight as offensive. It's when someone identifies themselves.
But we took queer back, Glenn, okay? So stop being so hard on yourself. Stop.
No, I'm not.
But
we're talking about...
But you are.
But
I'm telling you, you're carrying that heavy burden. It's over. Queer is a good thing now. You are queer.
Oh,
yes.
You're very queer.
You're very queer.
I think there's even probably a better word, which I don't know, that would describe me. But we were just talking about the gay language.
We took that word back, too.
I'm sure you did. RuPaul will make it famous, and then everyone will be, she's so great. Anyway. But to your point of using these words and what do they mean for different generations, I mean, how do I interpret it, and what if someone said that as I was passing by, and it was 1980, I would take that queer like they just insulted me. If I walk by now and someone's referring to their friend as queer, they're embracing it. Yeah. And it's just about how do you, are they talking code? I don't think.
I think it's the context and who uses it too. I mean, if some straight, obviously homophobic person is like, "You're a queer," then it's a more insulting thing. But if your friend's like, "Oh, you're queer," I mean, the context of how you use words.
Yeah, how you use it. It's like the word bitch. Like, Josie's my bitch. But if you call somebody a bitch, that's a very derogatory way.
Correct.
And there's sometimes I always call my brother, I'm like, "Grr," and they're like, "Grr." I'm not a girl, and I'm like, I didn't say girl. I said grr.
There's a difference.
Gender neutral.
Yeah, that was gender neutral. I was just talking grr. Okay, so it's weird, and it's fun, and it is what it is, and it's so it is what defines our community.
Do you wonder if we're aging ourselves from our own perspective? Because all of the polls, Gallup did an incredible survey early in the summer. We generally accept a number of 7%. In our age group, we have accepted 7%. The government, in talking about it broadly, the lesbian, gay, bigender community or bisexual community is approximately 7%. That is the fixed best guess number until the U.S. Census starts really asking, which they're starting to do, 7%. But Gallup reports this year that when you ask 18 to 25-year-olds, the number skyrockets from 7% to 17% of the population base of age.
I hear it gets higher if you go to Wilton Manor.
Yeah, and even, well, actually it goes down because we're older. But the growth's good. But the interesting thing about that is 18 to 25-year-olds have a completely different perspective of our community and gender identity and sexuality and who they're sleeping with than your age or my age, and I won't even include the two girls. It's a different situation. And so what we're finding is the fluidity of based on age dramatically changes our perception of who and what we are. And as a result, our words change faster the younger you get.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's fascinating?
I do.
Have you ever texted with a millennial? I mean, that is like, what? I have to really go Google some of the stuff. It's not just LOL and YK. It's just like all this stuff, and it's all grammatically wrong.
A little.
No, I was going to say like these young actors even. I was reading about the kid who was the lead on Teen Wolf. I can't, Tyler Posey, maybe, I'm not quite sure, but this is a famous TV actor, and he came out saying, yeah, I've slept with men, I've slept with women, I'm bisexual, I'm in a relationship with a woman. They're all like, it's no big deal. Yeah. And I think that really changes perceptions, whereas when we were young, no actor would say that. It would be the end of their career.
Yeah, absolutely. And a little note to my friends, my Gen Zer friends, and even my millennial friends. I always make a joke about how dumb you are. And it is a joke because I am jealous as hell of you at how fast you move. I wish I did it at your age. I send you mad respect.
They're not jealous of
You
you.
made it possible for them to feel that way because your generation.
Yeah.
Messed up everything, supposedly, according to that.
Exactly.
Well, all right. Well, they'll come around. They'll come back. All right. Let's move on.
Like we did.
And they'll all be sitting around this table.
All right. Let's explore the LGBTQ plus world this week with silly and important headlines in the LGBTQ news this week. You don't hear those two words, adjectives together. Silly and important. This week, we do a lightning round, and let's discuss them in our segment called Saved by the Bell. Now, you probably have already figured it out because it's sitting right here in front of me, and I've moved it a little closer to Faye. There's a twist.
Ridiculous.
We are only going to discuss... Did you say it's ridiculous?
I said it's ridiculous. That's what I said. Yeah, if you would like to hear it a couple times yourself, look how ridiculous this is. It really does suck, Al. All right, go.
This is called branding, right? 1,000 people tune in. All right, there is a twist. We are only going to discuss each headline for 1 minute, which basically means you don't get to speak. No, I'm only kidding. At the end of the minute, you're going to hear that bell, and I don't need to do it because it's still in my head. This bell is meant for you to stop, no matter where you are, and we're going to move on to the next headline. Everybody understand what we're getting ready to do? Okay,
we're on it.
Here we go. Saved by the Bell. A new program called Gabble tracks students' online activity and searches for keywords that are then reported to school administrators and parents. Saved by the Bell headline number 1. Minneapolis is spying on queer students and outing them to teachers and parents.
First of all, it's called gaggle, not whatever you said. You said gabbled or something.
Oh,
That's a lot of alcohol going on there, Al. Second of all, I get that they are trying to maybe help people that are being bullied and stuff like that. But I mean, it's super dangerous for these people to be outing these kids to their families. I mean, I really do believe that someone's going to take their own life and it's going to be on that blood's going to be on Gaggle's hands or the school board who really allowed this to happen.
And let me ask you this: when do our civil liberties kick in? Do these kids not have that same right?
Well, they're using the school board's computers. These are kids in low-income families that don't have their own computer, so the school board is providing them with this computer. So they sign something and they say, "Do you agree? Do you agree? Sign here."
Yeah.
That's terrible. So if you're low income, you're going to get outed. But if you have enough money to have your own computer or your own cell phone, you can do whatever you want. I hate these types of things that seem to
They
impact.
just find you on Grindr and report you.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Terrible.
Exactly. Well, Tucker Carlson thought that the Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, taking paternity leave was feminine, and he has been called out on the remarks he made. Saved by the Bell headline number 2. Jonathan Capehart calls out Tucker Carlson's homophobia.
He's my hero, this Jonathan Capehart guy. I don't even know who he is, and I freaking love him. He told him, he's like, "You have no real values, Tucker Carlson." Yeah. Who has called him out like that? Who has called out Tucker Carlson that you've heard of recently like that? No one?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I said it before, I'll say it again. Pete's a national hero.
Yeah.
Who is Tucker Carlson to call out
A
somebody who
loser
served
from
our
Dancing
country
with
in
the
the military? Who are you?
Yeah.
Horrible.
And what is he measuring?
Then I don't know what that could be.
That's exactly.
No more.
His fantasy.
Jonathan Capehart's one of his vicious reads of Tucker Carlson was, dude, Mayor Pete, now Cabinet Secretary Pete, was a war hero in his service to America. And you couldn't even survive Dancing with the Stars.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was exactly what it was.
He couldn't do the cha-cha-cha. It's harder than it looks.
Like, get over yourself.
Flame Monroe is a transgender comedian who has been known for causing controversy. And she's not at all upset by anti-trans comedy. Watch this. Wow. Saved by the Bell, headline number 3. Transgender comedian defends Dave Chappelle.
Josie, go get him, Josie, get him.
Yeah, no. Listen, I defend Dave Chappelle, okay? And let me tell you, when we start monitoring comedians, okay, you know why it's funny? Because that's what we're all thinking, okay? You know what makes good comedians? People who are using social scenarios and situations and experiences to bring some lightweight, like some just light to the subject and let us like process our emotions and feelings. Comedy is not to be monitored by government, by any of our communities. Guys, these are comedians. If it's offensive, good. That's what it's supposed to be. If it makes you feel weird, good. It's like art, guys. It's like art. It's supposed to make you feel something.
Did you see that all those employees at Netflix walked out today? Over 100.
Yeah, I heard
protest.
Even a little bit larger. Dave Chappelle, any thoughts about what he did at Netflix?
Look,
not my favorite comedian.
You know, I used to be a comedian. I worked at a comedy place. I love comedians all around, and you know, very few make me laugh because there are no original jokes these days. You know. I watch Chappelle. He makes me laugh, guys.
Yeah,
he's a genius.
Yeah.
He just is. If he's using us, then fine. We're used. You know. I mean, it won't be the last time,
guys. Fair game.
On a different note, congratulations on discontinuing your comedy and saying you weren't going to be a comedian anymore, because I've never heard you funny. In an entertainment format known for being fake and exaggerated, oh, I'm going to suffer for that. A gay couple is trying to balance the show with LGBTQ plus reality. Saved by the Bell, headline number 4. The Golden Lovers, that's what they call themselves. The Golden Lovers are now explained. The complexity of pro wrestling's gayest tag team. This is true.
It is true, and
This
I
is
love
not
these
the
guys.
Onion.
I love these guys. I forgot their names. They're so funny, and they're always like alluding to their relationship, but they never out express that they're together. You know. Now here's the funny part. You know, I've always thought wrestling was gay. I mean, you know, sweaty guys, like you know, playing around with each other. I bet you did wrestle. You probably still wrestle, Glenn.
I was going to say, he's talking about last night.
He's talking about last night.
I was going to say last week, last month.
I like to lose.
He likes to get pinned
I've
down.
learned so much about Glenn Weinsheimer tonight.
Well, so these Golden Lovers, you know where they get all their hate mail from? WWE fans. Instead of just understanding that there's room for everybody, what's the big deal? That's where they get their hate mail.
I thought this was all entertainment. It's choreographed. It's fun.
Fake.
We had
Like
that
maybe
gay
we're
wrestler.
gassed.
What's his name? I gave him a key to the city. I should remember his name.
Hulk Hogan.
Did the key work?
He's African American. He's big. He's strong. He's the first gay wrestler. In any case, he's back wrestling again. I think this is great. I think that at all sports they should have people out and about.
Yeah, excellent. Very interesting and funny story.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes when you're a well-known action hero, drunk people in bars will try to pick fights with you to boost their own egos. That's one of the reasons why James Bond 007 would rather hang out with the gays. We learned this week, Saved by the Bell, headline number 5. James Bond's Daniel Craig reveals he has long, for decades, loved and visited gay bars.
I have so much in common with 007.
Listen,
Now we know.
Daniel Craig has spilled the beans, okay? Now all straight guys are going to want to hang out at gay bars. He said, think about it. He goes, it's one of the safest places for me to go, and a lot of hot women are always there too. And I'm like, it's the truth.
Oh, I wouldn't say there are a lot of hot women because, you know, I go to the gay bars, so I'm always looking for the hot women in the gay bars. I'd like to know listen, I would love to know where Daniel Craig is hanging out, where there's all the hot women there. But I don't know if that's the safest place because my hot brother goes out with me to gay bars, and he gets his ass squeezed all the time. You know what I'm saying?
By
so
guys?
Is he complimented by it?
by boys.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
and so he says to me now, he says to me, hey, Joseph, you think that we could go somewhere else? You know? Because it makes him feel a little uncomfortable.
Tell him to wear an ass guard.
Yeah.
I love this though.
No?
Imagine somebody who plays an action hero, a bunch of like drunk guys, like trying to like prove that they can take on 007. It's cool.
Yeah,
You know,
he probably is like really intimidating, and I like.
interesting comment that Daniel Craig said is the reason why he likes gay bars is because in straight bars, it's a bunch of guys that are swinging their dick.
Oh, yeah.
And I was going to say,
I thought that was the gay bar.
Isn't that Johnson?
40, no, by the way, all of y'all did my joke faster than I could do my joke. All right, 40 known trans individuals have been murdered in the USA, closing in on 2020's record of 44. Recently, South Florida resident and Wilton Manors regular Royale Poetico Stars was one of them. Saved by the Bell, headline number 6. A record 40-plus black trans women have been killed, and now in South Florida, Royal Poetico Stars.
And it's not slowing down. It's not slowing down, guys. You know, this is not a record that we wanted to actually beat. 40 plus, okay? Royale got gunned down at 11.
Stabbed 20 times.
Sorry, she got stabbed 20 times in broad daylight. It was 11 a.m. in Miami Gardens. I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
No, and guys, listen.
I live near Miami Gardens, so it's like I know how the area is, and during the day it's hustle and bustle. There's a lot going on for someone to have done that to her. Like, that's just awful.
No, and listen, guys, you know, this is why there's so many people having this conversation right now, and it's time for action, because we can't just talk about the trans community. We have to put into place resources, and we have to support the trans community, and we have to understand what their lives are, the lives that they're living right now. You know, a lot of trans people, transgendered people are you know, moving into sex work, and the sex work opens up yourself to and exposes yourself to so many kinds of vulnerability and danger. And then, and not only that, but I mean, really, this is we have to create safety for our tea in our community.
Yeah. Absolutely true. And I want to remind you, we're going to be broadcasting next week. I've interviewed Tori Cooper, who is the transgender director at the HRC and the first trans woman of color to be appointed to advisory at the White House and representing the White House now. And next week, we're going to bring you an interview with newly decorated Admiral Rachel Levine.
Woohoo!
And both interviews focus really right at the heart of this subject. Finally, tonight, we're the LGBTQ community. So what does that mean?
Sex!
Yeah.
Pictures.
Pictures.
Men.
Or pictures, like Fred says.
Fun.
Grindr. Well, and maybe relationships, right? Maybe relationships. So let's play another game. Our game asks, who would you do and what would you do? And we are going to include 3 different interesting people. Tonight, our game is the kitchen table party game that you've played at home. We sanitize its name by calling it Shag, Marry, Chop. And our theme is celebrating Halloween.
All right.
And we're going to celebrate Halloween by playing dress up with hot cosplayers. Now you're going to love these pictures. So this week we're going to play with LA-based Andrew McLean, the Seattle Superman who now lives in New Jersey, Jonathan Bell, and a French muscled stud and animal fan, Leo Bain. So let's play Shag, Marry, Chop. Faye, let's start with you.
I am ready. I am ready. I am shagging Jonathan Bell because, I mean, look at those hands. Yeah. Woo. Like a party in my pants. All right. And so that I'm going to marry Andrew McLean because he's sexy as hell, and I love
a long-term relationship.
Yeah, I could F him on a daily, no problem. And so then, you know, just by default, I had to chop Leo.
Why?
And he was a pet lover, man. I don't know. He seems like he's really packed in those underwear. So he looks like he's like, you know,
cocky,
stuffed.
So in the dog world, it's crushing TikTok. Of bone or no bone.
Bone!
Okay, and Michael, would you like to play?
All right. I haven't played this game since college. Okay, Shag. I probably would shag Leo Bain. He looks like a lot of fun with all those different costumes. He looks like he can get into a lot of different athletics. I mean, look at that little Roman costume. Mary, I gotta agree with Faye. Andrew McLean looks, you know, like the Mary type. He's
Keepable.
dressed in a Spider-Man suit.
Yeah, keepable.
How cute is that? So therefore, Jonathan Bell, you're chapped.
Yeah, you're done.
Right.
And Glenn, who are you going to shag? Glenn, come back.
He's dreaming.
You know what?
He's dreaming.
I was playing how well they would do that. I would shag Leo Bain in a heartbeat. Jesus.
Hey, I chose him first.
You know what? I'll share. This, and then I would, without a doubt.
I bet Leo would hurt you.
If he had those heels on, yeah.
In what way?
I'm not talking about his heels.
You know what? It's a challenge, and I'm up for it. So I'm shagging Leo. I am definitely marrying Andrew McLean. I mean, whoa.
Yeah.
You said Superman. Totally Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's totally Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can.
Wait,
He can get away with that.
what did he do?
You said Superman.
I know, but
And I
you
said
said
he's
Superman.
Spider-Man.
But what was it good about Spider-Man?
It's better with Spider-Man.
Wait, what was
Because he's
the-
got that web, and he kind of gets you.
Yeah,
all
but the
tied up.
noise that you did, I haven't heard that one. Oh, yeah.
What was that? My version of Wonder Woman. And then, unfortunately, as hot as he is, I'm gonna have to chop Jonathan.
You're out. Okay, and Chef Josie.
I hear you.
Okay, so I'm going to shag Andrew because he is hot, but I think he'd probably only be good for like a night, because he seems very.
Just to be thinking about me.
Yeah, or anyone else at this table for that matter, and and his next costume. So I'm like, I need a little more attention. I would then marry Leo because I really like all his costumes. That means that he would be so much fun. We could create so many different fun things to do and dress up, and I mean it's fun. I love
like him
fun.
in the heels? Is that what did it?
I mean, I don't mind the heels. Look at those arms, okay? Look at those arms.
Yeah.
And he's in good shape. And you know what's funny? Jonathan is giving me a little bit too much girl for a guy, you know what I mean?
Ooh,
and so, yeah, I mean, not
More than
that.
more than that.
Really, more than Leo?
Well, you want to know what it is? In marriage, it doesn't always, the way I'm looking at this is that even if Leo and I were married, it wouldn't mean that we'd have to have sex. It wouldn't have to be like a sexual relationship. We could be like swingers or something, you know what I mean? But we'd have a lot of fun doing that. You see,
What were
Jonathan,
her
I don't
answers?
know. So I'm shagging Andrew, I'm marrying Leo, and I'm chopping Jonathan.
Before we leave Shag, Marry, Chop, one of the interesting things about Leo, because you draw attention to his arms and how masculine he is, but I love that when we show a selection of pictures, that picture is really outstanding.
Yeah.
Because this masculine guy can pull that off, and it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
What
He's having
difference
fun.
does it make?
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, well, before we end the show tonight, we introduce you to our sponsor, Jet's Pizza. Are you coming to South Florida? Well, if you are, you've got to try this pizza. It's the pizza of choice of our LGBTQ community. They don't want to see any tongue, just you sniffing. Jet's Pizza, they're a major sponsor of the show.
I licked the slice last week, sorry.
We're getting ready. She takes about 9 pizzas at the end of the show, right?
I do, yeah, and they're delicious.
And they're all delicious.
And they're even better tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, that
Okay.
one might be a little too well done, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just letting you guys know.
Perfect. Well, that's it, South Florida. Another week with you and the world's first and most popular LGBTQ talk show in the entire world. Before we sign off, let's hear from our host for one final good night. And a good night message from Faye What?
Say what? So make sure that you go and watch us here at It's Happening Out every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Also, we have Queer News Tonight. That's on Monday and Wednesdays with me. You can watch the other days too, but Monday and Wednesday is the best days to watch it. When I'm with Mr. Al Ferguson, and we always have a blast doing that. So, thank you for allowing me to have a seat at the table each and every week. I love being part of the show. For you folks out there, take care of each other, okay? Give somebody a compliment today. They might not be having the best day, and you could totally brighten up their day just by saying hello or giving a compliment. Thank you so much, and see you guys next week.
And we are going to see you at the National LGBTQ Task Force. Faye and myself and Kitty Meow are hosting the red carpet. It's going to be great. 700 people are coming to the Miami Beach Convention Center. Michael, ever heard of that?
Yes, I'm excited. I want to welcome everybody to my city.
Absolutely. It's going to be lots and lots of fun. Come out, and you're supporting a great cause. A good night from Michael Gangora.
Thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this. It was a lot of fun. I didn't know what to expect, but drinking games, shag, marry, and chop. This is far better than my political meetings at the city of Miami Beach. So,
Absolutely.
any of you that need me, are coming to Miami Beach, have Miami Beach questions, shoot me an email, michael@michaelgangora.com, michael@michaelgangora.com. It's been a lot of fun.
We always joke that South Florida is the gayest place on planet Earth. Michael, I highly recommend at your next city commission meeting, you bring in shots and you play a game of Shag, Marry, Chop. It'll improve the
Amongst the commission members?
Yes, absolutely. It'll improve
Get the city attorney involved.
And Glenn Weinsheimer.
Always happy to be here. I'm thrilled to be back on this particular show and Happening Out. I love the dialogue and the conversation and all these wonderful people at the table. Just like Faye said, take care of somebody today. Say something nice. It goes a long way. You never know where someone else's head is at this moment. So you can make a difference.
And remember, we're in the last 30 days leading up to Smart Ride. Pledge to somebody that's riding in the Smart Ride, the 2-day largest event of its kind in America. $12.5 million has been raised for the LGBT HIV services in South Florida. So make sure you do your part. And Chef Josie, a good night from you.
Good night, everyone. It's been such a pleasure being here, as it always is, with my friends, Al and Faye, and now Michael. And, well, we know this guy over here, the $12.5 million golden child of our community. But Glenn, and I just love always being here as well. And one of the things I like to share with everyone is just simply this. Boundaries are a good thing for all of us, okay? Healthy boundaries, loving boundaries. Boundaries don't have to be it can also be how you create relationships and keep them win-win for everyone, okay? So in your workplace, in your families, in your communities, like, step into boundaries. Boundaries are going to save you and save everyone else from destruction. Anyways, that was my little tip for today, and I'll see you next week.
Well, we always ask, is what you've watched important to you? You sat right here at the LGBTQ kitchen table right along with us. And I always ask you, with what you've listened to tonight, the diversity, the breadth of things that we talked about, where are you hearing this in America? Where are you hearing this in South Florida? We are talking a little bit about everything. And the reason we are is because our LGBTQ community is more important than ever. We continue to try to remind you that you're not alone. The last 18 months have been the most difficult of all of our lives, regardless of your economic status, whether you're rich or whether you're not rich. And so we are excited. We're here in the middle of October, and we can feel our world coming back. Our LGBTQ world is coming back, and we are going to do what we've always done since Stonewall in 1969. We're going to make lemonade out of lemons, and that's what you're feeling is happening. And we hope you can see that, and it's happening out. We are here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m., and this is totally live. You did not see a single edited word. So don't forget, Queer News Tonight is daily at 8 p.m. Hotspots Magazine, WMEG events, celebrating 36 years. We're going to do a big anniversary celebration next month. And remember, if it's important to you, it's happening out. Good night, South Florida and America.